1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has expressed Pakistan's firm resolve to further enhance ties with the US in security, climate change, health, trade and investment sectors. The United Nations Secretary-General will pay a 2-day visit to Pakistan from tomorrow to express solidarity with the flood victims. The World Bank has pledged to support Pakistan in dealing with massive flood devastation by reprogramming its existing activities and future programs. Foreign Office says Pakistan is always willing for a result-oriented dialogue to address different issues with India, including illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Indian troops, in their unabated acts of state terrorism, have martyred 140 Kashmiris during January to June this year in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In the Super 4 phase of Asia Cup cricket tournament, Afghanistan will face India at Dubai today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif says continued support, solidarity and assistance from the United States is crucial for rehabilitation and reconstruction of flood-hit areas. During a meeting with Senior Policy Advisor to the U.S. Secretary of State, Derek Chollet, in Islamabad today, he said the government is fully engaged in the rescue and relief efforts. He thanked Derek Chollet for visiting Pakistan at this critical moment when the country has been adversely affected by the most devastating floods in its history, with millions affected and displaced. The Prime Minister informed the foreign dignitary that over 33 million people have been affected due to the recent floods, with more than 1,300 lives lost and immeasurable damage caused to agriculture, livestock, property and critical infrastructure. He also cautioned about the likely outbreak of waterborne diseases. The Prime Minister underlined that Pakistan is committed to deepen and widen its ties, especially in areas of security, health, climate change, trade and investment. Derek Chollet expressed heartfelt condolences and sympathies for the government and people of Pakistan at the loss of precious lives resulting from the riverine floods in Pakistan. On behalf of the Biden administration, he affirmed that the United States will stand by Pakistan in the wake of this immense challenge, extend vital support, and help affected people rebuild their lives and communities. Pakistan and the United States have agreed to strengthen bilateral relations in diverse fields. The agreement was reached at a meeting between Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari and U.S. Department of State's Counselor Derek Chollet in Islamabad today. Talking to state media after the meeting, the Foreign Minister said Pakistan-U.S. relations are heading in the positive direction. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari expressed his gratitude to the U.S. for extending the support and solidarity with Pakistan in this difficult time. Speaking on the occasion, Derek Chollet said the U.S. fully recognizes that devastation caused by floods will be a long-term challenge for Pakistan. He said the U.S. is also Pakistan's long-term partner and will help it recover from the floods and announce more assistance in addition to $30 million already announced. Minister for Culture, Youth and Social Development of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, has announced an assistance of $10 million for the flood-affected people of Pakistan. This is the biggest individual-level flood relief assistance that Pakistan has received so far. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres will pay a 2-day visit to Pakistan from tomorrow to express solidarity with the country braving a colossal climate-induced natural disaster caused by unprecedented rains and floods. During the visit, the Secretary-General Guterres will have meetings with the Pakistani leadership and senior officials to exchange views on the national and global response to this catastrophe caused by climate change. The Secretary-General will travel to areas most impacted by the climate catastrophe. He will interact with displaced families and first responders in the field and oversee the UN's humanitarian response work in support of the government's rescue and relief efforts for millions of affected people. The World Bank has pledged to support Pakistan in dealing with massive flood devastation by reprogramming its existing activities and future programs. This was conveyed by Vice President of World Bank, Martin Reza, during a meeting with Pakistan's ambassador to the United States, Masood Khan, in Washington. The bank will also repurpose $300 million to help the flood victims and support flood relief. The World Bank Vice President said he will soon be visiting the country to make an informed assessment about the cumulative damages and how best to help the government. Ambassador Masood Khan, in his remarks, said the recent catastrophe has reinforced the need to review our strategy from mitigation and adaptation to preparedness and resilience. The government has given tax exemption on relief items for flood victims. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Maryam Aurangzeb, in a statement today, said on the directions of Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, the federal cabinet approved tax exemption on 30th of August. The Information Minister said all relief items, including boats and mosquito nets, are exempted from tax for the assistance of flood victims. She said the cabinet's decision was implemented forthwith. The Ministry of Finance and the FBI have also issued an SRO in this regard. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. The Economic Coordination Committee of the Cabinet has approved 540 million rupees for Utility Stores Corporation to ensure supply of essential commodities in flood-affected areas. The ECC, in its meeting in Islamabad today with Finance Minister Miftah Ismail in the chair, also allowed supply of Pasco's wheat among all recipients with a ratio of 50% each local and imported. However, the USC will be provided 75% local and 25% imported wheat. The forum approved 3 billion rupees for the National Disaster Management Authority to meet expenditure on rescue, relief and rehabilitation of calamity-stricken population across Pakistan. Approval was also granted to funding requirement of over 1 billion rupees for running cost and salary of the staff of 3 Pakistani hospitals in Afghanistan. The ECC allowed Trading Corporation of Pakistan to initiate the process for import of 300,000 metric tons of urea on government-to-government basis for upcoming Rabi season. Minister for Power Khurram Dastgir has said future energy landscape of Pakistan will be based upon the utilization of domestic resources. Addressing an event in Islamabad today, he said it is our policy that every new electricity generation project in Pakistan is to be established using domestic resources, including hydel, solar, wind, coal and nuclear. The minister said coal could also be an environment-friendly solution to our energy crisis if we use it responsibly with technology. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa has said Pakistan values its historical and brotherly relations with Saudi Arabia and acknowledges its unique place in the Islamic world. He was talking to CEO of Transformation Management Office of Saudi Ministry of Defense, Samir bin Abdulaziz Al Tabib, in Rawalpindi. The visiting dignitary acknowledged the defense potential of Pakistan and expressed the desire to enhance collaboration in defense and security sectors. He also expressed his grief over the devastation caused by floods in Pakistan. Foreign Office spokesperson Asim Iftikhar has said Islamabad is always willing for a result-oriented and meaningful dialogue to address various issues between Pakistan and India. Responding to a question during his weekly briefing in Islamabad this afternoon, he said Jammu and Kashmir dispute is one of the core issues in any Pakistan-India dialogue. He said Pakistan is always open for talks and never shies away from dialogue. He said India has been unwilling to engage with Pakistan even after the illegal and unilateral actions it took in Indian illegally occupied Kashmir on 5th of August 2019. All Parties Hurriyat Conference, in collaboration with Kashmir Media Service, today launched a 6-month report on human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The report shows Indian unabated acts of state terrorism in the past 6 months. Indian troops martyred 140 Kashmiris from January to June 2022. International Literacy Day is being observed across the globe today to remind the public of the importance of literacy as a matter of dignity and human rights, and to advance the literacy agenda towards a more literate and sustainable society. The theme of the day this year is Transforming Literacy Learning Spaces. And now, cricket. In the Super 4 phase of Asia Cup cricket tournament, Afghanistan will face India at Dubai today. The match will begin at 7 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. And now the weather report. Mainly hot and humid weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, light rain and thunder showers may occur at a few places in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, Kashmir, and adjoining areas. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News.